laganap na ang globalization, mas nadagdagan pa ang importansya na maintindihan ang iba't ibang mga tao at kanilang mga kultura. Nagsimula akong magturo sa UP noong 2010 at yung popularity ng wikang Koreano na nakita ko dito ay labis o overwhelming. Sa aming departamento sa UP, lumaki ang bilang ng mga estudyante ng wikang Koreano nitong nakaraang mga taon. Mas dumami pa ito kumpara sa unang beses itong nai-offer.
The fact that I'm still teaching Korean after almost 15 years tells a lot about how interested Filipino learners are in the Korean language. We have had very positive feedback from our students in Ateneo, and in fact, we are now offering 6 extramural courses, 4 times a year.
When SPFL Korean opened its doors to public schools in the Philippines, believe me, we got applications from all over. However, the MOA stated at that time that the pilot program would only be for 10 schools in NCR. Now it is with joy, with pride, and with gladness to tell you all that we have expanded not just to Region 4A, which is Calabarzon, but also to Visayas and Mindanao.
My story goes back the year 2017. A close friend of mine first introduced me to Korean dramas and K-pop. Since then, I started to get hooked and got really interested about the Korean culture as a whole.
I chose Korean language because it has a huge impact to our society and it is very interesting.
Ang scholarship ay pangalawang reason ng pagpili ng wikang Koreano. Maraming Pilipino ang nakaroon ng Korean dream na magpatuloy ng graduate studies sa bansang Korea.
In this era in our educational system where a lot of teenagers, a lot of our learners are very much engrossed in Hallyu or Korean wave, it is a must that teachers should also swim in there. Because it is only through learning what interests our learners, what catches their attention, and what makes them excited, that we teachers would be able to craft materials that we can use in the teaching and learning process.
다양한 소셜 플랫폼을 통해 한국인과 쉽게 소통할 수 있습니다.
I will be able to understand the Korean dramas, movies, and variety shows that I am watching without a subtitle.
You can interact with the Korean people and you can understand the way they live, their culture, because as it is part of learning their language.
Well, as a student majoring in business, having that Korean language skills would give me an edge or a vantage point in my future career in the business industry.
Korean language is like kimchi. The longer you wait for it to mature, the tastier it will become. Just like in learning language, so I know that it takes a long time and effort to be at the level I want to be.
Hangul is a tool to build strong connection among countries. That is Philippines and Korea.
Korean language for me means global. Learning Korean language gave me a lot of chances and opened a lot of global opportunities that make me a better teacher, a better individual overall. And not because it means global doesn't mean that I have forgotten my roots as a Filipino. It didn't. It makes me even more proud of being one.
Reflect on our own language and culture as well. You'll find out later that we Filipinos and the Koreans have more in common than you think.